Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, March 4th or 5th, and I wanted to give you a quick update. First, Ash Wednesday, obviously. But I had another video, I don't know, a couple weeks ago about the thermostats that we're using here and how they have a slab sensor that the tile guy put, in between the tile and the backer board, kind of in the thin set. So we're now doing the hardwood floors, and I wanted to quickly show you how we're going about, getting that same temperature sensor onto the hardwood. So let me show you real quick. So the idea is, you want to have the slab sensor in between the tubes, because otherwise it's going to give you a bad reading. It'll be too hot. The heat's gonna come from the tubes and make its way kind of in the middle. So they recommend that you put the slab sensor somewhere in between the tubes. So that's what I decided to do. You can see, all right, so I've got the thermostat there with the blue wires going back inside the wall and down to there, right? And I took a plank here to show you what I did. So if I flip this around, what I did was I took this this plank of bamboo and ran it on the table saw. I ripped it just a very little bit, enough for the wire to fit inside the groove. You can see here the wire's there. The painter's tape is just kind of holding it in, so when I flip it over it doesn't fall out. And then the sensor here itself, when I got to this part, which I marked on the other side in pencil, I just kind of wiggled the bamboo back and forth on the table saw and cranked it so that the blade made this cavity just a little bit deeper, because this is a little thicker. So now that's snug in there. The wire's snug there, the tape's holding it down. So, if I flip this over, let me just do this right. And bring it back over here. Now, I've got my temperature sensor roughly kind of in this area between the tubes. So, cool stuff. I'll give an update on other stuff later on. Thanks. Hey everybody, so ran into some problems and wanted to just share those. So what we're trying to do is run the boards just, this way, and then have them flow right into the hallway, all the way down into the living room, and into the playroom here, which is kind of tough to do because you've got, 1, 2, 3 passageways, and you kind of hope that it's all gonna end up exactly, meet back on the same exact line. But it's easier said than done. Even if, if you're off by like even a 1/4 of an inch, then you're kind of screwed, which is what happened here. I worked out here. I cut this piece here, which you see, to kind of come up and over here, and then this piece here I cut the little box out to go around the door jamb. And what happened was, now I already took everything up and it's a big mess, but I had this whole section here done and built out to meet this piece. And it was meeting fine right here, but over here, it was this piece here, the groove was just touching the tongue. So I'll just kind of show you exactly how it looked. It looked just like that. And that was super frustrating. Well, it is super frustrating. So, had to rip it all out, and basically what it means is I'm gonna have to kind of just pull this section here a little bit like that. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but just a hair this way, so that it will line up. And then, that lines up here, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to line up all the way down there. So this is why you have the pros do stuff like this. You know, Pete's not here today. He's back tomorrow, so I just decided to, you know, lift it up before the glue sets and, you know, revisit it when he's back. So for the rest of today, I'm going to try and, you know, work this way in the family room and in the foyer, which this is the part, you know, this is the type of flooring that you know, pretty much anybody can do. It's just, you know, one direction, nothing complicated. So I'm gonna do this. All right, later. So I wanted to show you something that was pretty crazy. You know, we've been really careful putting the hardwood in, or bamboo, shooting the nails, you know, like one here, and then skipping the tube, obviously, because you don't want to puncture the tube. And we were able to get through the entire second floor without puncturing anything, you know, which is nice. You know, it's not really that hard to avoid them, but yeah, last evening when we were like really tired, we got to this point here, and we had this board, you know, like right there, and shot 2 nails in, and you see where the tube is? I mean, you think if you shoot it in there, you should be okay, but we came so close. Watch, look at this. Hold on. There's right there. See the little, like, came through there and then stopped and just nicked the edge of the PEX tube. You know, how much luckier could we be? So obviously we're gonna glue this one down instead of nailing it. But yeah, so whew, crazy. All right, so it's been a very busy week. First, I want to show you the railings have been installed, and they look fantastic. We're just really happy with how they turned out. That's red oak newels and handrails that are going to be stained. I don't know what color we're going to stain them yet, but they look really good. And what the guys do is they use these screws, and then you can barely see it, but they put these little dowels in and then sand them down. And, you know, from back here you can't really see it, so that's the point. Other than that, we've been very busy putting down the hardwood floors. You can see here we're using, I mean, it's really dusty, and so it doesn't look as good as it's going to look maybe in 2 weeks, but this is brown, or they call it Havana Strand Bamboo, from a company called Plyboo out in California. We have the second floor completely done. Let me show you what that looks like. Also, check out this. This is called a volute. So it's a really nice, elegant touch. And then they were one newel short, so this section here, they're going to have to come back and do in maybe like a week or so. But my brother-in-law Pete, who installs hardwood floors, has been down this whole week and helped us out a tremendous amount, and we're very thankful for that. So the whole second floor is now done. You know, you obviously see we're working on the first floor. Learned a lot. You know, we're chugging along, and then hopefully maybe later today or tomorrow I'll get to putting some paper down so that when the trim guys come back on the 17th, you know, they're going to be doing a couple things. They're going to be hanging all the doors, trimming out the doorways, putting the baseboard molding on. So the tricky part is, you know, these guys are going to have to be super careful because sometimes, you know, when they put the baseboard up, they sometimes shoot the nail at an angle, and you can see we're right up. We're like right up to one of the tubes, and you know, if they were to shoot it at an angle, then we've got a leak, and then the bamboo comes out, and it's just a bad day for everybody. So yeah, you know, it's just the finishing touches are going in, and just really happy. So that's all for now. I'll talk to you later.